Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Sunday, March 12th, 2023. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Let's pull the first 5 cards of our 5-card spread. First card coming through right now, 8 of Wands in its reversal. So this is speaking about some kind of block as it relates to potentially communication. This could be speaking about directly towards some communication that you've been waiting on and you have not been receiving a lot of attention being paid to this communication today. This could also have to do, I will warn you, with some issues or difficulties as it relates to travel as well. So you may want to pay some double checking to any travel plans that you have set for today, because this could describe some kind of inconveniences or blockages in the realms of communication or travel or planning in general. Can I please get the next card in our 5-card spread? The next card we have coming through right now is the 2 of Pentacles in its reversal. So there is something very important, though, happening right now as it relates to potentially areas that you are not getting the information or the communication that you are hoping or desiring to receive. But something very intriguing is happening here, because as a result of these places that you are not necessarily getting the ideal communication or clarity on, you are using this as a moment to really focus on what your priorities are moving forward. This is a point where you are kind of putting down things that are becoming too much of a burden to bear, putting a lot of attention on where you are putting your attention and intentionality, and using this as a determining factor in terms of what will be your priority moving forward. Continuing to get clarity on these cards right now. The next card we have coming through for the 5-card spread. I love seeing this card today. We have here a Queen of Pentacles coming through. This will feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For feminine, we see today that this is a day of really doubling down on one's own sense of security and stability, putting a lot of concentration into the areas of your life right now that you feel are creating this sense of stability for yourself going forward. While for masculine right now, this could be a moment of putting a lot of attention towards a feminine who you feel is in this energy of embodying a Queen of Pentacles, and letting this also kind of allow you to help focus your priorities as you go forward from this point. Continuing to get clarity on these 5-card spreads, we've got 2 cards coming up for further clarity. Wow, we've got stability coming forward on masculine and feminine sides right now. We love to see this, because we do see here that there is this feeling of wanting to give forward, of wanting to be generous in this time, even in the midst of some places feeling like there are these blockages. And we see here that for feminine, this is embodying a lot of this stability within themselves. And for masculine, this is coming forward right now with these stable offers to bring towards a feminine who you feel is potentially in their point of stability. We love seeing all of this pentacle energy right now. We've been seeing a lot of this pentacle energy in the deck over the last few days with our daily collective reads. Final card for today's 5-card spread before we start to get some clarification. This could speak to some of the areas that you're potentially feeling some of these blockages of communication or things of that nature. There is something coming through right now around dealing with some heartache or some things that have been causing you pain. We see this coming through with the 3 of Swords today. So while we do see that today will be a day of really kind of working on your own sense of stability, potentially even for or around the energies in your life right now, or the creating this sense of stability for you, there is some kind of heartache that is kind of rising up today that may potentially need to be addressed. But we also see here that I like the fact that we see so much of the pentacle energy around it, because it really says that it is kind of like going through a moment of grief with some support around you. Continuing to get clarity between these cards right now, clarification between the 8 of Wands in its reversal and the 2 of Pentacles in its reversal. So again, having some areas right now where you're not getting the communication you would ideally desire, maybe even seeing some blockages as it relates to travel or planning, but also using this as an opportunity to really kind of file down or hone down on what will be your priority moving forward. May I please get 1 card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with the Five of Wands. So this could be where some of this like Three of Swords energy is being directed to, because there is still some deep conflict that's happening either internally or externally around you as it relates to this lack of communication or planning that you see here. And even while you are not necessarily using this as a blockage point in terms of like you moving directionality, like your direction forward, and really using this to like hone down on your priorities, it's still creating a lot of internal or external conflict here. So this is something that could be coming up today that is kind of hard to manage, but we do see needs to be addressed. Continuing to get clarification between this Two of Pentacles in its reversal and a Queen of Pentacles. Now, and this could feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now. For feminine, this is a moment of building the stability for yourself and really putting down any burdens that you feel are too heavy to carry, or really isolating on what your priorities are going to be moving forward. For masculine right now, this could be moving forward and putting a level of prioritization towards a manifestation of feminine who you feel is creating the sense of stability and support around you at this moment. May I please get one card to clarify? Clarification, intriguingly, coming through right now with a Queen of Swords. Again, a bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. For feminine right now, this is your orientation point, doubling down, putting a lot of concentration on your own stability and your own support, and also putting up boundaries to kind of protect your, in working in a more of a defensive fashion, really kind of putting this kind of like protective energy around yourself, potentially based on some of these conflicts you're experiencing around the lack of communication, and also like honing down on your priorities at this moment. So a lot of security and stability coming through right now for the feminines, being created by feminines for themselves. While for masculine right now, this could be a moment of really making a determination point between two different manifestations of feminine, one that you feel is coming through in this more stable gesture with this point of stability, versus another that kind of has their defenses up around you. This is a moment where you may potentially be making a choice between one or the other as you go forward from this point. Continuing to get clarity on these cards right now, clarification between the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles in its reversal. So I love this energy because this shows a lot of generosity coming through between a masculine and feminine manifestation that are working very hard to building these supportive systems around each other and for each other, given the Four of Pentacles in its reversal. May I please get one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with the Eight of Pentacles, all of this energy of reciprocity between a manifestation of feminine and masculine that is trying to build supportive environments for around and for each other, is leading to both energies putting a lot of concentration in the work that they're trying to do right now, moving this work forward as functionally as one is able to today. Continuing to get clarity between this Knight of Pentacles energy along with the Four of Pentacles combined with the Three of Swords. So having this moment right now where you are in a very giving gesture, potentially for feminine towards a masculine you feel is coming forward with these stable offers, while for masculine this could be coming forward or feeling that this ability to give forth in this manner right now, but also experiencing or working through some kind of loss or heartbreak on top of this experience that you're feeling. May I please get one card to clarify? Few cards to clarify right now. Clarification coming. So what is this heartbreak that's being dealt with even as these opportunities or offers coming forward towards you right now? There's some areas right now where you feel you do not have full optics. There are some secrets. There's some things I don't feel like you don't necessarily feel you have all the clarity or understanding of. And it's making you feel like you have to be very courageous and strong during this time. So this is where we see kind of that backwards, forwards energy right now of having the solid, stable offers coming in, of feeling very willing to kind of give forward on these while also going through some kind of, pain or grief around some of these things that are feeling quite unknown, that you may be either potentially trying to get to the bottom of, but not necessarily getting to the bottom of with this Eight of Wands in its reversal, or that you just feel you have to kind of be strong through as you experience it. Continuing to get clarity on these cards right now, clarification between this Five of Wands energy along with the Queen of Swords. So again, a bit different depending on whether you align for feminine or masculine energy. For feminine right now, this could be feeling like you are putting up boundaries around any areas that are creating unnecessarily conflict for you, and feeling like you need to kind of operate in this defensive energy around these conflicts. While for masculine right now, this could be feeling some sort of internal or external conflict around a feminine energy who you feel does have its defenses up towards you at this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with a Wheel of Fortune in its reversal. So experiencing the feeling right now that there is something occurring around this energy right now, where there is something that feels like there is a recorrection point happening as it relates to your own karmic life path, that there is some kind of there is some kind of disorder or disarray that's happening in this moment, but also trying to come to terms with the fact that this is something that is momentary, that is not potentially long term as it relates to this feeling of conflict, and really trying to kind of bear through it right now as you kind of get back aligned to like what is potentially truly for you, and I'm trying to understand how this aligns to your higher plan. Continuing to get clarification right now, clarification between this Queen of Swords energy along with the Eight of Pentacles. So again, a feeling today right now for feminine of really putting up a lot of boundaries, or really holding to your boundaries and putting a lot of concentration towards work. For masculine right now, this could be feeling like there's a feminine that's potentially blocking you right now as it relates to kind of like being in contact with them, or they're really holding their boundaries. And this is what's driving you to like work in a greater fashion today. May I please get one card to clarify? Two cards to clarify here. Clarification with the Star card along with the Page of Pentacles. Very intriguing, because what we're really seeing here is, even as feminine is moving in a space where they have their boundaries up, feminine is putting those boundaries up so that they can continue to kind of exist in this place of greater or high authenticity and exposure, and being their most authentic self, and allowing in those energies that are coming towards them as they're in that expression. That's why we see the feminine is putting these boundaries up right now. And this is what is allowing feminine to work in the most functional way possible. While for masculine right now, this could be moving in a space where there may be potentially more than one energy of feminine around them right now. One that may potentially be having their boundaries up and maybe making it hard to kind of have access to them, while another one is in their most authentic expression of self. And this is the one that you're kind of putting a lot of work and energy into coming towards with a tangible offer. Continuing to get clarification right now between this Eight of Pentacles energy along with, in combination with, Strength and the Moon. So there is this feeling of putting a lot of work or effort into things right now, but also feeling like there are some things that you don't necessarily have full clarity or perspective on. And this is what's requiring you to have strength even as you push forward in this work that you need to do right now. May I please have one card to clarify? We've got clarification coming right now with a High Priestess in its reversal. Very intriguing energy here. Again, a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. For masculine right now, this could be feeling, again, doing a lot of work, even though you feel there are some things that you don't necessarily have full optics on. And this could be around that feminine that we see that is putting those restrictions or boundaries up. Thank you so much for the gifts. And feeling like you are not necessarily in this spiritual alignment with this feminine, or feeling like this feminine isn't necessarily spiritually aligned with you at this moment, which is potentially causing some of this issue around the Moon card that's requiring strength. While for feminine right now, there could be something around this lack of understanding or this lack of clarity that is making it difficult for you to stay in high spiritual alignment. But we do see here that you're working through this with a lot of courage and strength, and really trying to put the work in to get back into spiritual alignment, even as you are experiencing this. Continuing to get clarity between these cards right now, clarification between these very intriguing cards of the Wheel of Fortune in its reversal combined with the Star and the Page of Pentacles. So feeling right now there is a moment where there is something that feels a bit misaligned to your higher life path, but trying to get back into misalignment or seeing some kind of negative occurrence or misfortune moment that you're feeling like you're trying to understand the greater picture on. For feminine, this is coming into a space of authenticity as new offers come towards you. For masculine right now, this is forming new offers to come towards a representation of feminine who is in a point of authenticity around them. May I please get one card to clarify? Clarification coming right through here right now, and this is really beautiful with Justice, which is what we're really seeing here is navigating something that feels like it was a point of misfortune and trying to kind of move into the space of creating this balance, creating this karmic harmony again out of an experience that may have made you feel like you were out of some kind of karmic harmony. This is where we're seeing that balance starting to come in, or you may be starting to experience some of that balance coming in on some situation or circumstances that you felt were not karmically balanced. Continuing to get clarification right now between this Star energy mixed with the Page of Pentacles along with the High Priestess in its reversal. This energy could be feeling very difficult for feminine today, specifically because feminine is operating right now in a place where they're trying to be their most authentic expression of self, maybe even having a lot of eyes on them, maybe having a lot of things moving forward for them in certain directions, but also feeling some kind of spiritual misalignment at this point, even as they're experiencing this and having this experience of new offers and opportunities coming towards them in this moment. While for masculine right now, this could be a moment where there is some attention being paid, again, to two different manifestations of feminine, one that you feel is in their Star energy, while there is another feminine that is potentially around you right now that you do not feel like is in this higher spiritual alignment with you in this time, or spiritually misaligned with your own goals or plans. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with this Eight of Pentacles in its reversal. So this is very interesting. For feminine right now, there could be this point of indecision or anxiety as it relates to how to move forward and anxieties about making the wrong choice. And that's what's potentially causing some of this lack of spiritual insight right now, feeling like there is something about us, like not necessarily feeling spiritually called to head in a certain direction. While for masculine right now, this could be feeling an indecision point as to which direction to go into towards these feminines, which one is the one that they want to kind of put this offer towards right now, because we do see here with this Eight of Cups in its reversal, there is this like inability to walk away from these energies or from both of these energies. Continuing to get clarity between the final two cards of today's spread, clarification between the Justice card along with the Eight of Cups in its reversal. So really, really, really trying to achieve a sense of balance in or around a situation or circumstance where you are feeling some anxieties about making the wrong choice or moving away from some options that are available to you, and kind of really trying to utilize this moment of balance to help you as to push through in this moment. May I please get the final card for today's spread? Final card for today's spread is Knight of Cups. So what we're really seeing here is this is a moment, and again, this will feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For feminine right now, this is potentially being aided or abetted, these decisions you need to make on the energies that you feel are coming towards you right now with those acts of emotional expression, with those empathetic, with those, offers that are based around feelings and empathy. This is what is really helping you get this balance right now. While for masculine right now, there's something about this period about trying to make a decision or trying to make a choice and trying to create this sense of balance for yourself that is allowing you to come forward in some sort of emotional expression with a specific offer. Final card, bottom of the deck for today's spread this is a Hangman in its reversal. So there is a circumstance or situation here that we see potentially has been causing a lot of pain for both masculine and feminine energy. We see that here with the Eight of Wands in its reversal and the Three of Swords. And this is a moment where I feel there is this question, and the Eight of Cups in its reversal, where there is this desire or need to potentially move away from something that is no longer serving you. But we do see here that there is this difficulty point reached right now around this. A lot of assessment being paid right now as it relates to some circumstances or situations, to really ask yourself if these things that have been causing you pain or grief or anxiety are still able to bring some kind of gift, like spiritual gift to you as you proceed down this path, or is it the time to free yourself from these things because they're only causing you grief and pain and anxiety? That is our daily collective read for the day. Just a reminder, thank you so much for experiencing it with me. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading, you can book one on my website, graystrega.com. My private readings are done over Zoom with the option of recording sent to you afterwards. And if you're a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you pay. Just mention your subscriber ID at the point of payment. Please remember, if you book a private reading, it's a two-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have the reading. That's it for me today. We will end. Thank you so much for being here, and we will do this again tomorrow.